The referee's final whistle echoes across the Parc des Princes, leaving the Newcastle players visibly deflated after being held to a 1-1 draw in Paris. The Magpies had taken the lead with an Isak goal in the 24th minute, showcasing a resilient performance that seemed poised to secure a crucial away victory. As the clock ticked away, Newcastle found themselves on the cusp of a historic win, only to have their hopes shattered in the 98th minute. The turning point came when Dembele's cross made contact with Livramento's chest, unintentionally brushing against the fullback's arm. This led to vehement protests from PSG players and fans. Initially dismissed by the referee, the situation took a dramatic turn after VR intervened, resulting in a contentious penalty decision. Mbappe capitalised on the opportunity, converting the penalty and dealing a heartbreaking blow to Eddie Howe and his Newcastle side. The outcome appears especially harsh for the Magpies, considering Luis Enrique's PSG struggled to convert their dominant performance into goals, accumulating an impressive 4.47 xG, expected goals. While the result maintains PSG's second position in Group F, trailing behind already qualified Dortmund, it dashes their hopes of securing a last 16 spot with a win. Newcastle now sits in third place, requiring a victory in their final group match against Milan and hoping for a PSG stumble against Dortmund to advance to the knockout stages. That concludes our coverage from the Parc des Princes. The final whistle blows at San Siro, marking a significant setback for Milan as they endure a crushing 3-1 defeat against the dynamic Schwarz-Gelben. Dortmund's impressive performance secures their passage to the last 16 and dashes Milan's hopes of topping Group F. Despite a strong start from the Rossoneri, Dortmund weathered early chances and regained control in the second half. Following a crucial goal-saving tackle by Benzebaini, Dortmund swiftly capitalised on the counter-attack, with Bino Gittens unleashing a powerful strike after a sequence of fluid one-touch football. The lead extended to 3-1 when substitute Adeyemi found the net, showcasing precise finishing after a skillful flick, leaving Maignan inches away from preventing the goal. Milan launched a desperate offensive in search of a comeback, with attempts from Tomori, Pulisic and Jovic. Despite hitting the post and forcing a close-range save, Jovic and Milan couldn't muster a response, marking their third defeat in the European campaign. While a late Kylian Mbappe penalty salvaged a 1-1 draw for PSG against Newcastle, Dortmund's commanding performance ensures their early qualification for the knockout stages. With a game to spare, the Yellow Wall eagerly anticipates match day 6, where Dortmund aims to solidify their position against second-placed PSG. Barcelona secures their spot in the Champions League knockout stages under Xavi's management with a thrilling 2-1 comeback victory against Porto at home. The visitors initially took the lead with Pepe Aquino's first-half goal, but Barca quickly responded just 2 minutes later with an outstanding strike from João Cancelo. In a dynamic second half, João Felix, another Portuguese talent, nearly gave Barcelona the lead with a powerful shot that hit the crossbar. However, he later found the decisive goal in the 57th minute, converting Cancelo's cross to secure the victory. Porto faced challenges in the second period and missed a late opportunity when Francisco Conceicão's shot was directed straight at Inaki Pena. Now, Porto must navigate their final group stage match against Shakhtar without a defeat to advance to the knockout rounds. Looking ahead, both teams shift their focus back to league action, with Barcelona set to host Atletico Madrid while Porto travels to face Famalicão. The full-time whistle blows as Shakhtar celebrate a 1-0 victory that keeps their hopes of last 16 progression alive. Matvienko's 12th minute header proved to be the winner, though a spirited Antwerp display saw them go close to levelling on numerous occasions. Rizanki denied Muja and Balikwisha, while Butez twice tipped onto the crossbar to prevent Shakhtar getting a second, saving from Azarovi and then Stepanenko. The hosts would have an almighty scare in the dying seconds, Rizanki making a super stop from Janssen to save his team, who were grateful to hear the final whistle. That sparked furious scenes as both sets of players clashed, with Muja seeing a second yellow and a red after full time. That win moves Shakhtar onto 9 points, level with Barcelona and Porto, who play later on Tuesday. The Ukrainian side will return to league action next weekend, taking on Metalist, while Antwerp's hopes of qualification to the last 16 were already over. They will host Leuven on Saturday in the league. That is all we have for you from the Volkspark Stadion. Topping their Champions League group for a 7th successive season, Manchester City claw their way back from 2 goals down at half-time to secure first place in Group G with 1 match remaining. The reigning European champions dozed through the first half, finding themselves punished twice by Openda's lethal finishing. But some second-half substitutions brought a change of momentum and, crucially, 3 goals. Foden was involved in each, as City move 6 points clear of Leipzig, who must settle for second spot. Guardiola's men next turn their attention to a Premier League fixture against Tottenham at the weekend, and they will meet Red Star in their final group game midway through next month. Meanwhile, Leipzig will aim to follow back-to-back defeats with a win over Heidenheim on Saturday. They face Young Boys in their Group G finale. That's all from Manchester today. Young Boys qualified for the Europa League after beating Red Star 2-0 in their penultimate game in Group G. The Serbian outfit have struggled on their travels in the Champions League, but went close to scoring twice early on through Ndiaye. He forced Rashiopi into a good stop from close range before missing the target with a header. The hosts were quiet in the opening exchanges, but took the lead through an own goal. Benito's effort from a tight angle was parried by Glazer, but the rebound hit Nedeljkovic and went into the net. Young Boys doubled their advantage soon after. Kamara skipped past 2 defenders on the right before finding Blum, who curled a low shot through several bodies and into the corner. Red Star had chances after the restart, but failed to score with any of their 18 shots in the game. Hwang crashed the inside of the post with his low strike. Mijatovic curled a first-time effort wide and squandered a free header. Next up, Young Boys host Servette in the Swiss Super League, with Red Star heading to Napredak in the Serbian Superliga. Atletico Madrid have advanced through to the knockout stages of the Champions League after securing a 3-1 win away to Feyenoord at De Kuip. The Spanish side took the lead through an own goal from Geertruida in the first half and went into the break 1-0 up. The away team found another in the second half as Hermoso looped a superb finish over Bijlo. Slot's men looked as though they were about to mount a potential comeback as UEFA powered a header home. But just a few minutes later, Santiago Gimenez scored an own goal to secure the victory for Simeone's side. The game today decided the fate of both sides in this competition, with Atletico going through to the next round and Feyenoord failing to qualify. A third away defeat for Celtic in Group E means they will now finish bottom of the pile. Roger's team only created 1 meaningful chance in 90 minutes, as Furuhashi thrashed a shot across the goal at the start of the second half. Both teams battled, and Lazio continued to fluff their lines until Immobile was introduced in the 61st minute. The veteran was Lazio's hero with 2 goals in the final 10 minutes of the match, and Lazio have now gone to the top of the group for now. Celtic's winless run in the Champions League has now stretched to 15 games, and they deserved nothing from this match after failing to create enough chances. Lazio travel to Atletico Madrid for their final game in the group stages, while Celtic host Feyenoord.